Okay, so last week happened. I got back word on that job opportunity. It doesn't look like that's going to work out, and I think it's probably for the best too. Felt like they gave me a test. I didn't do great with it. I expected to kind of flop on the programming. I also didn't do well with the electrical part they had on there. I wasn't expecting electrical engineering or the electrical physics quite so much. And I felt like it was a very unrealistic test in that they didn't want you to use any outside notes of any kind, which I think is unrealistic for both programming and physics, because you constantly use notes in those fields. So I don't really think that job would have been a good fit, but I probably would have taken it had they offered it to me because I really do need a better job, but I don't think that one was a great fit. I did learn that I don't remember my electrical as well as I thought I did. Even, I thought I had the bare bones basics down, but I haven't worked with them in so long that I guess I forgot it. I've been trying to figure out my money for the next month or two, and my younger brother was asking me for money. He already owes me money. I have a trip to go visit Galen planned for this weekend. I haven't seen her in a very long time. I think it was Animazement last year, and I didn't see her much then. So I was going to make a trip to go visit, and I was planning to spend the weekend, but I don't think that's going to work out quite so well. But we'll see. I had other people I had planning to go with me originally, but that might not work out because they've not. Well, I also have my student loans looming. I'm going to try to make sure I'm on top of that. I'll probably be paying them off for the rest of my life, but I wanted to go ahead and get started. And I have the FE exam that I need to make sure I'm paying for soon. And I have the money for all those things as long as I'm not giving my money away to someone who not only already owes me money, but when he had the money to pay me back, he chose not to and insisted that he never would. So, yeah, not sure what he expected. I offered to lend him the money if he'd pay me back double. I figured it was the only way to get my money back, but even then he wouldn't go for it. Whatever. But this weekend was huge and very exciting. I played some Magic. I ended up winning at the pre-release, so I got this box back here with the red-haired girl on it. I got 22 booster packs because I talked to the guy in the final round and we decided we were going to split the prize rather than play for it because there was a big difference between first and second. I kind of expected to get it, but I wasn't sure. And I'd rather just get 22. So that's what we did. I won. So, yay. What else did I do? After the Magic tournament, I was already halfway to Charlotte. I drove the rest of the way to Charlotte to visit my friend Jacques, who lives in Charlotte. He rode with us to Animazement, and he's generally a fun guy. So we watched some anime. I showed him some stuff. He showed me some stuff. It was good times. And then I crashed at his place for the night, and I went to a lunch social that I had planned in Charlotte on Sunday. So that turned out to be really great. I saved a lot of time driving, but I probably then lost the time because I showed up so early to the place where I ended up going. So it's, oops. Oh well. I still made it there, had a good time, met some new people, and still made it home. I got invited to another dinner social thing that's later this week, so that ought to turn out well. I mean, you wouldn't get invited if you didn't make a good impression. So I'm looking forward to that. But I've been looking at my time and money management, especially my time management, because those skills I never really beefed up. So I've set 3 goals, and I'm going to start doing my goals again. I want to make sure I finish all of my relocation stuff. It's been 2 months. I really ought to have it done by now. So that's one of my goals. It ought to not be too hard. My second goal is making sure I get in touch with all of my student loan people and try to set up payment arrangements because they all have me on like the 10-year plan, and that would put me paying half of every paycheck to them for the rest of my life, and I'm not going to do that. Yeah, it would be 10 years, but it's really not. And lastly, I wanted to set up and update my resume because I want to. And I want to have it ready for applying for jobs because I'm not going to be in this job for the rest of my life. Other than that, I have some little projects and online class stuff that I've not been able to do while the internet was down, so I'm going to work on them too. But my 3 goals, relocation, student loans, and resume, are the big ones that I'm going to make sure I do this week.